Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by The Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This is Marshawn Lynch. On Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the action this football season. With Prize Picks, it's good to be right. With millions of members and billions of dollars awarded in winnings, Prize Picks is the best place to put your takes to the test. The app is really simple to use and available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you can cash in. With simple stats and fan-friendly policies, Prize Picks is the best place to make your picks. Most importantly, they don't play about your paper. All transactions on the apps are fast, safe, and secure.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code SPOTIFY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code SPOTIFY to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Kim, I need to apologize. I started the weekend with a pick that was so far from right that I think I need to address it and explain myself. Not only did I have Nello winning Saturday night, I had him put blood on the map at least once. Yeah, shame on me.
You. All that we're going through, all that our people are going through, and you decide to go against one of us.
Please excuse my momentarily insanity.
No, we're not excusing your dear Aunt Sally. All right? No, we're not excusing your dear Aunt Sally. All right? But I messed up a lot of y'all brains last year. Y'all showed that y'all weren't paying attention in school. And here you are showing you not paying attention in school. Look at the stuff inside the parentheses. All right? That's what you need to do. Continue on with your apologies, though.
Man, look, I've been saying Nello was pound for pound best for close to a decade. I mean, that's my excuse. I've been riding with Nello for a while. That's why I was there. It wasn't no out the blue. I'm just gonna dig where everybody else is zagging. It had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with Mexican and Heritage Month.
No burgers for you. No 6-piece from Harold's. Go on over there and get the Malotes in. And put your little flag on your hood. I want to see your Mexican flag on your hood. Don't be out with us on June 19th, on Juneteenth. You might as well Turning Point USA yourself right now.
Damn, no, Mexicans ain't with Turning Point.
No, I don't know. They was big tweaking. They was big tweaking around election time. So a lot of them was on that Turning Point demo.
Yeah, well, good thing. That was the only thing I was wrong about this weekend, though.
I think we both predicted the Bears to beat the Lions. We was definitely wrong on that. I had a very conservative score. I think you had the Bears beating the Lions like badly.
You had 27-20. I had 27-14. I was close.
Yeah, we was off by a few touchdowns, give or take.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Just a few.
The Bears almost did get the 27 points.
Yeah, almost. Right. I almost hit one. You know, you need one. You got to start with one before you get to that two.
Technically, the Bears did hold the Lions to 14 points in the first quarter.
That's something. That's something.
Yeah.
So the Canelo and Bud fight that ended around 1 o'clock in the morning Chicago time, and if
something like that, yeah.
And if you thought that was the last haymaker you was going to see this weekend, you were sadly mistaken. Your team, the Bears got the foo-fops put on their ass, Joe.
Ryan Post team.
It's Ryan Post squad. Yeah, that's his squad. Did you see the post-game rant that Tiffany usually does? Shout out to Tiff. She's off this week because today's her birthday.
Happy birthday. Virgo season is going to Virgo for a long time.
Yeah, especially with Tiff in the mix.
She not letting the Virgo season die anytime soon.
No.
Y'all been a Virgo all month, whether y'all like it or not.
Since she's off, JJ3, he stepped up and filled in for her. And as he put it in the post-game rant, the Lions put boots to the Bears' jaw for 60 minutes. Q, we usually start the episode with a good from the games, you know, to get the positive vibes going. Yeah, because, you know, it's still a home squad. It's still Bear Down, right? Chicago's favorite team.
Yeah, BD, we Bear Down.
So let's go ahead and talk about what positives you can take from this game. You got anything positive?
I'm not frozen. I'm thinking. I'm not frozen. Okay. I'm literally thinking. Rome Odunze caught some passes against a miscommunicated breakdown in Detroit Lions secondary. He caught some passes. I don't really want to say anything was good about Rome because he's sitting on my bench with 2 touchdowns, and I'm in a fight for my life in fantasy. So Rome Odunze catching some passes while Detroit had a miscommunication in secondary because he didn't bring down the passes that I want him to bring down. But I guess I got to have a good, so it's got to be wrong. I need him to start catching these 50-50 balls, though. When the ball is in the air and it's a jump ball, 50-50, you a top 10 pick. Bring them down. All I know is Isaac TeSlaa don't get that many snaps. But in the 2 straight weeks, he came down with difficult 50-50 balls. And he's a 3rd-round pick. I need Rome to catch those. I need them difference-making plays. I need them big swing plays to start being made. Splash plays.
Yeah, that boy TeSlaa, he's pretty electric.
He's going to be a problem. It's just that Detroit is loaded right now, but that boy's going to force his way on the field.
Yeah, he got 2 catches for his career, man. Get off his dick.
Wow. You don't call him electric.
I was making a joke. Tesla, electric.
It's TeSlaa.
Whatever. Your positive, your good from this week was Rome Odunze. I'm pretty sure Tiff would say the same thing. Y'all share a brain sometimes, especially about the Bears. But believe it or not, Q, believe it or not, I've got some more. I'm gonna bring in there. This is the 2nd straight week the Bears offense scored on the first draft. Not only scored, but they actually scored a touchdown 2 games in a row. That's a plus. If you remember the offense the last 3-4 seasons, you know that's not something the Bears are fond of doing. You already talked about Rome. He had on that first drive that the Bears scored, he scored his first of 2 touchdowns in the game. Shout out to Rome. Caleb looked a lot better this week, save for that one throw in which we ain't got to talk about too much. That was a terrible throw. He looked solid versus how he looked in the second half of Monday Night Football. The run game was a noticeable focal point in the offensive game plan this week, and it was actually moving shit around a little bit. DeAndre Swift was getting to the second level. He finished the game with a 5-yard per carry average, something like that. So the run game, it was producing. When we hired Ben Johnson, you know that we was going to be running the ball, and it looked like going into this game against Detroit, he looked like he was going to show them, like, hey, I'm still running the ball. And, you know, Bears fans love running the ball. And last one. And even though the box score probably won't tell you, Montez Sweat He didn't really pop off on the stat sheet, but if you watch the tape, he had a pretty good game. He was the best player on the defense yesterday, in my opinion.
Is that saying a lot?
Not really. I mean, he would have had a sack if it wasn't for a flag, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But before I give you my actual good, Q, tell me, are any of those things I just mentioned a reason for Bears fans to still be optimistic and not give up on this season?
The scoring on the first drive is a reason for optimism, but I'm not gonna piss on their legs and tell them it's raining. It's not good right now. I'm not gonna tell them it's hopeless. But coming off a game where you lose by 3 scores, you committing the same sloppy penalties, there is more reasons to raise the red flags and to fly the flags at half staff than there are to be optimistic. So I'm not going to share in your optimism, especially since the current landscape of the Bears is dating back to the bye week of last year. They are the worst team in the NFL. They are the worst team in the NFL. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You have one win in the last 13 games. You got 1-12 in the last 13 games. You went on the 10-game losing streak last year. You beat the Packers in a game that was somewhat meaningless for them, even though they played the starters most of the first half, and they kept some starters in to the end. You don't have a real victory. You don't have a real victory dating back last year before Trump took office. That is not I'm not looking for optimism right now.
So you're saying this is all Trump's fault?
Sure.
I can roll with it. It saves us. It saves us from having to blame Ryan Poles.
Oh no, we're gonna blame Ryan Poles.
Okay.
We're gonna blame Ryan Poles too. I wish I could impeach him too right now. I'm over here frustrated. Shout out frustrated Chicago sports fans. Get all your sports info here. All your Chicago sports info here.
You heard all the good shit I had to say about everything that came out of that game. And I'm still, even though I said that, I'm still going to say this is my good. Shout out to the Bears for once again letting me know I ain't wasting no money. Before I make a big purchase, anything over $40, I try to make sure I do the necessary work to make sure there's no discount I'm missing out on or no avenue in which I can just pick and choose things and just save a couple of dollars here and there. And that applies to Sunday Ticket as well. That's no different. I'll be thinking like, man, can I just get away with just having the national broadcast plus a little Stream East action and just be cool like that? Well, Q, it only took 2 weeks into the season. 2 weeks into the Bears season, and I am happy to say that the money that I spent on Sunday Ticket is well worth it. Well worth it. Because
real football, huh?
Imagine having to sit through that game, and that be the only thing you had to watch. Imagine that. I wait all week to watch some football. I just know the Bears are going to show out. Ben Johnson got something for his old employer, and all the Bears did was take a square toe right up the rear end for damn near the whole game. You're going to need a palate cleanser, right? I need that palate cleanser, and that's what Sunday Ticket is. Shout out to YouTube TV, YouTube, Sunday Ticket, Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Giants. They put on a fantastic game. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That Bears performance was brutal. And it's like you want to get out there and help them. And like you said, it definitely looked like when you watch those videos and that little 18-year-old sits on the couch and it's her first time and Lexington Steele comes in and just destroys her. I know you all watched in the early 2000s. I mean, there was no helping the Bears. They just screamed and they wiggled for a whole hour. And that BBC had its way. And it went in all 3 holes. I mean, there were tears coming down the eyes. There was running, scratching, clawing, trying to get away. But they weren't fighting back good enough. They just took that BBC and they didn't take it well. Can that air? Can we say that type of stuff on the air? Please don't clip that and send that to me, because then I got to post it on my page. And then people will see how my mind works.
I am definitely clipping it.
Okay. Then I'll have no choice but to post it.
Yeah. Well, hey, shit got to get posted.
Gotta get posted.
I'll kick off the bad, Q. There was so much ugly in this game that it's hard to even just take the least of the ugly and just make that into a bad. But here's the bad thing that happened Sunday, and I'm going to also make that into my cut the crap award for week 2. The bad was the prep for this game. The preparation for this game was bad. Bears, and I'm majority of this is aimed at the defense. Bears didn't do their homework on who they was rolling up on Sunday, Q. And it was very clear from the jump on both sides of the ball. First kickoff of the game, Santos, what do? Kick it out of bounds. Thanks. There's our first flag of the day. You're a week late, Santos, by the way. You should have did that on Monday. But then, after the Lions get the ball on the 40-yard line, what does Goff do? He completes his first pass for 35 yards. He finished that drive 5 for 5 with a tutty, Q. They thought they was going to catch the Lions lacking. Catch them lacking in traffic, follow them to the crib, and the Lions is going to be an easy Vic. Wrong. Dead wrong. Bears rolled up the Ford Field and found out it was a dead-end block, and the Lions boxed him in quick as hell.
Turn that block on Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown was definitely on that car. He had his shooters with him because Gibbs on that car too. It was a slaughter. They had about 10 switches on the block.
Before Jalen and them could react, Jared Goff had jumped on the hood of that car like he was motherfucking Eagle Man and said, "I've got something for you." And then he dropped 5 of them boys on the hood of the Bears car.
He dropped low rates all over that end zone.
He told they ass to check it out on these low rates again and again and again and again. And one more time, Q. Again. That's 5 of them. The car that Ben and them pulled up on the block on, it was decent at first. It was decent. But after Goff, St. Brown, Man Campbell, all the switches they pulled out, after they got done airing that car out, the car looked like that car from that Victory Auto Records commercial. Just destroyed.
You really showing your age. Hey, Victory Auto Records definitely pulled up and said, you can get money for that old car. And you pulled the little door handle when it fell. That's what happened. Caleb and went to go get to the whip, and they pulled that door, and the door just fell. They was like this. That's definitely what happened.
Yeah,
that
was the Bears.
That's etched in my summer break memory. Victory Auto Records and Eagle Man. That's all I know from childhood. Right? That's all I know. Along with watching reruns and syndication all day of what's the little robot? Small Wonder. Small
Wonder. You don't remember Knight Rider? Knight Rider, Three's Company. That was all of it. That was
Three's Company, Knight Rider. I got down with Jack. I thought they was in a polyamorous relationship. Three's Company.
I did too. I thought the same
thing. They probably were.
I didn't know what polyamorous was back then, but I thought they was all boning.
I knew he was cracking all of them.
What's funny, I just learned this sidebar. I did not know he had to play. He had told the landlord, I think his name was Roper, Mr. Roper. He had to, it was a part of the show. It was a part of the show that he had to act gay every time Mr. Roper was out because Mr. Roper wouldn't let him be in the house with 2 women unless he was gay. I didn't know that. It took 40 years for me to. I like, damn, that was for real. I just thought he wasn't attracted to him.
The first liberal agenda ever.
Exactly. You can't tell me that they was prepared for the Lions offense because the way the defense left that game with their head swole up, they was out to look like the Empire Carpet Man.
Yeah, they was looking like sticking with the boxing theme. They would look like Martin when he let his pride get the best of him and he hopped in the ring with Thomas the Hitman Hearns. Remember when he came home, head off, lumped up? Gina told him come out the bathroom. And he's like, I don't want to fight no more. That's what the Bears looked like by the third quarter. They didn't want to fight no more. And then Dan Campbell,
and they didn't.
they didn't. Dan went for it on like 4th and 4 or something and said, "Take another tutty." Mm-hmm. Take another tutty.
And Ben defended the action. Of course, Ben defended the action. All them years he ran the score up on Eberflus, but yeah, then you get the score ran up on you, right? All right, that's how it goes, huh? We just The Bears are just your plaything, I guess. Q, I don't have no more commercial puns, but what's your bad from this game?
It's hard to separate the bad from the ugly. Everything was bad. Man, how do I decipher the bad from the ugly? Jeez, I mean, because Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson look related, and they play related. Like one false starts, the other's like, watch me do it. I'm so tired of they light-skinned, curly hair, racially ambiguous 80s little perm, Jerry curl hair that they got going. I'm so tired of looking at them too. They got to get out the light-skin delegation. They got to leave because the way they're playing, they can't be part of light-skin delegation no more. I mean, between the false starts and was that Darnell that let Aiden Hutchinson do a counter spin move on him and then eat Taylor Williams, or was that Braxton? Can't tell them apart sometimes.
Braxton.
Oh man, boy, I looked at that move and I was like, oh my God, bring Ozzie in. That's right, because Aiden switched sides. He decided who he wanted to spank each time. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. The Darnell Wright hasn't even blocked that bad, but the false starts, you can count on Braxton. Not Braxton. I'm sorry. Braxton just gets beat. He usually stays on side and doesn't false start. He just lets the defensive end do what he wants to him weekly. But yeah, you can count on a false start from Braxton. I said Braxton again. Darnell and Jonah Jackson weekly. It's gonna happen. If not by half, they seem to be able to get them at least once a half. That is my bad. It really should be my ugly, but we're gonna start there because that was just bad. How do you not know the snap count? You practice all summer, all spring. You play them preseason games. Why are we still false starting? Why is it you two doing it? Why? I could maybe understand maybe there was something wrong with the cadence, or maybe nobody else is hearing and need to go more on silent count or the crowd. But it's you two that keep doing it. You two. I saw DJ Moore did do it once, but it's basically you two. That's my bad. The false starts. We got to stop beating ourselves. We got to let somebody beat us off. I said this last week, right? Let someone else beat us off. Stop being selfish. Stop taking your phone, turning it to Pornhub and going into your bathroom and beating off. Bring that nigga leg out and let somebody else beat it off. No Diddy.
Early in Dallas, right? I think it was the third play of the game, third play of the first drive for the Bears. I think it was Jonah Jackson got that false start, kicked off a game. I missed this. And the good, we did have a reduction in penalties this game. And we have 12 on week 1. We had only 8 in week 2.
Almost looking like a real football team that's coached well. Almost.
Let me continue on with my bad before we get to the real nitty gritty. I lost count how many times I seen Tyreek not set the edge on run plays. It had to be at least 4 times. I lost count how many times I seen number 29 in pursuit because he got absolutely cooked at the line of scrimmage. At least 4 or 5 times. Deo, he didn't register a pressure at all after a very good Monday night game.
$55 million, and me and him had the same amount of pressures.
Javon Dexter, non-existent. Grady Jarrett, I think he had 1 pressure or 1 QB hit, something like that.
I mean, the calluses are definitely slowed us down. He got to get the calluses off the body because the body is rigid. It's not getting past the line of scrimmage.
I did mention Montez Sweat earlier. I thought he had a decent game. Just looking at the game out away from the broadcast, I watched the film a little earlier, so it wasn't as bad. I thought Montez Sweat did what he was supposed to do. I
will say this. Despite Micah giving Penei all that he can handle in week 1 in his limited snaps, Penei remains a very good right tackle. I would place him top 3 in the NFL. I think I've always felt he's just a tiny bit overrated. But don't get me wrong. I don't want people to get in the comments, Detroit people, and beat me over the head. being a tad bit overrated, but being really, really good. You know, he's still that. He's still top, maybe probably the best right tackle in the game, if not top two in tackles, period. All tackles, left and right. He's certainly top 7, 8. I just think when we declare him the best tackle in the game, I think that's a little rich for my blood. I don't see best tackle in the game, but he's a really, really good tackle. Montez Sweat had a difficult assignment going against Penei Sewell. I only see Penei Sewell get beat by the best of edge rushers, you know. The guys that are going to beat Penei Sewell are the Micah Parsons and TJ Watts of the league. Even really good edges, they're not going to have a good day going against Penei Sewell.
But again, Sweat did have a sack if it wasn't for a penalty on Tyreek Stevenson. If they didn't bring it back. Yeah,
and he
I just mentioned
he did beat Sewell on that rep, right?
Yes, he did.
That's what
as you mentioned, the Lions' offensive line looked terrible in week 1. And the Bears couldn't do jack. The Bears' defensive line looked decent in week 1. And they just reversed. What's that movie where you reverse roles? I forgot. It was Freaky Friday. It was Freaky Friday. Yesterday with the Bears and the Lions.
Sunday. On the Lord's Day. Why would you be freaky on the Lord's Day?
Makes no sense.
That's what you church people do, though. You go wilding out on Saturday night and then crawl in the church. Let me not judge people.
Yeah, that's that. Get off that turning points. Get off that TP. My bad was the Bears. My bad was the Bears defense and their lack of prep. Your bad was the
penalties, specifically Darnell and Jonah. I know Ben wants to replace them so bad, but he looks around at what Ryan Poles is giving him, and he's like, I can't put Kyron Amagachi in the game. I can't put whatever's left of Ryan Bates in the game.
Let me ask you this. So we know that Ozzie Trapillo, Kyron Amagachi, Ozzie Trapillo, Kyron Amagachi, they were right tackles by Kraft, right?
Yeah, that's what they are.
Braxton Jones is a mid left tackle. We know Joe Thuney's the best lineman we have right now. He can play left tackle. Jonah Jackson, he's struggling like a muff. He's struggling, but he was when the Rams signed him. They signed him to play left guard, right? They gave him that big deal to play left guard, but for some reason Ryan Post, and Ryan Post traded him and put him in, and he's playing right here. Maybe that's the reason. I'm hypothesizing right now. Maybe that's the reason why he's struggling so much, because he's pressing, because he's in a different position.
He struggled last year with the Rams, and that's why he didn't get reinserted in the lineup when he came back from the injury. He struggled. This is the second straight year he struggled. Jonah had a Pro Bowl year a few years ago, but Jonah hasn't really played good football since 2022, 2023, somewhere around there. So we looking at a continuation of last year.
How about this? So is it too early to maybe juggle the offensive line? Okay,
no.
Let's put Joe Thuney at left tackle. Let's move Jonah Jackson to left guard. You keep Drew where he's at. You keep Darnell right where he's at. And then the right guard, Bates?
The way Bates' Bears career has gone, I'm sure he'd only last a quarter before there was an injury. I don't know. Maybe. I don't have answers right now. It doesn't seem Poles or Ben Johnson have answers. Ben Johnson was just as frustrated as you and me watching our TVs and standing on that sideline.
No answers, right? I mean, it's something to think about. I mean, it's still early in the season. I'm frustrated. I'm pissed off. They wasted another one of my Sundays. They all in my comments on TikTok. They all in. I got to explain this shit on like 4 different social media networks because after I beat my chest saying the Bears was going to handle their business.
Stop fighting in the comments. Stop fighting in the comments. Get up out the comments. Because I see them and you getting your ass whooped. Don't respond.
Yeah,
just go.
Jumped.
You got to know when Canelo was very humble after Bud jabbed his face off on him. You getting your face jabbed off.
Bud didn't jab. Bud was giving him combos. He was giving him hands. He was giving him Floyd hands.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Get about them comments. Just let the judges let them raise Bud's hand It's a unanimous decision. Get up out them comments. Start fighting with them people. They won this round.
They won, all right. They won.
They won.
As the Lions put hands and feet on the Bears, I'm getting hands and feet put on me on social media. Q, what's your ugly?
Ryan Poles. He is the ugliest of the uglies. Because all the ugly that's out there is his uglies. He is the ugly with his ugly ass friends. He brought all them uglies to the bar. These are his ugly people. These are ugly friends, all on the field, uglying up Chicago. They better not ask for a new stadium. I don't want to hear nothing about no Lakefront Stadium. I don't want to hear nothing about Arlington Heights. Man, y'all better go play a Simeon. Y'all better go play a Corliss. Y'all go play in Morgan Park. I'm charging people to see that. Stop taxing people. Go on over to SeatGeek. Going over to SeatGeek and charge $10. And everybody get a little ticket for a free concession stand. Because y'all not acting like a professional organization right now. This is not professional. Do you realize in the last 5 quarters, the defense Ryan Poles has assembled has given up 73 points? Oh, the last 5 quarters, 70-plus points. 21 to the Vikings, 52 Sunday, and 4. And the Lions actually had a little mercy on you in the fourth quarter. Gibbs was out, Montgomery was out, and he just had the ball and ran up the middle. 70 points in 5 quarters is never, ever okay. I don't care what the game script is. I don't care what the scenario is. I don't care if you play Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen back to back. Ain't no 5 quarters you should be giving up 70 points. But that's what the talent Ryan Poles assembled did. And you had the nerve to ship away Roquan Smith and to ship away Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack is still playing productive football. Roquan is he's actually in here fighting for a Hall of Fame. He's fighting for
Roquan had a defensive touchdown yesterday.
2 less than we had on offense. Roquan is at the point of his career where what he's trying to build is a Hall of Fame resume. And it pisses me off that that's not with the Bears. That really, and that Ryan Poles sent him away for a 2nd-round pick to be the centerpiece of a Ravens defense. And Chicago does not have a centerpiece on defense. Who are you building around on defense right now? Where's your leadership? Where's your spark plug? I mean, the best player on defense keeps tearing his groin off the bone, I hear. What the hell happened to your groin in the offseason, bro? What were you doing with your groin? What workout were you doing with your groin that is off of the bone? And Jalen, you're not a big dude, and you don't look like a workout. What was happening with your groin, bro? I want to pick up my mic. Jalen, what did you do with your groin this offseason? Why can't you run without it falling apart?
I'm glad you brought up Jalen Johnson because, the news came out today that he's out indefinitely.
No more Blue Chew for you, bro. Leave the goddamn Blue Chew and Honey Pack alone. Leave the Blue Chew and Honey Pack alone. You OD'd on it. Now you ain't got no groin. It's not funny. I'm pissed. Stop laughing. I'm frustrated.
I'm glad you brought up Jalen. The Bears' best defensive player. It did come out today that he's out indefinitely because he tore it this time. You're right.
He's gonna have surgery. He's not out indefinitely. He's out for the season. I'm so tired of the Bears playing coy with the injuries. Call it what it is. He's not coming back this year.
It would be remarkable if he was able to come back because you don't see that too often. Speaking about Jalen Johnson, I was really eager to see him play island cornerback.
Man, me too. And he went out breaking up a pass intended for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Jalen did get torched by Jameson on one of them deep ball attempts.
Yeah.
I think Goff just overthrew Jameson. Jameson had to step on him. I remember there was one where Jalen was kind of trailing him. This is before he tore his groin. But yeah, I think one Goff actually missed Jameson on. I think the one early, I think that was Tyreek chasing him.
He ain't the only injury news coming out of this game. Kyler Gordon, we don't know when he's coming back. T.J. Edwards. Last week when we was doing a preview, I was saying that T.J. Edwards is a full participant in practice. I was surprised. I was shocked Because the way when they said he had the hamstring injury when it first reported, the way that it sounded like he was don't expect him anytime soon. And when we're talking basketball, I tell people all the time, once you get the hamstring strain, grade 1, 2, 3, whatever, just count on missing multiple weeks because it's not going to get back healthy until you actually rest. And it could possibly be a month. It's probably best if you do sit down a month. TJ missed one game. And then he's back, and he didn't finish this game. And now you don't know when he's going to be back, right? You probably won't see him before Halloween.
Definitely won't see him before the bye.
Oh, easily. It will be week 6 at best. And right about now, we so happy football back, man. But right about now, I'm like, man, hurry this shit up, bro. Simulate the rest of this season. Get me to the off season. that's
our top 5 pick weights.
Right. that we're gonna blow again. No Diddy. Q, let me get my ugly in here, man. We're gonna 2-man this one. We're gonna tag team Mr. Ryan Poles. He is also my ugly. The general manager of this squad is the ugliest part of this game. Y'all kept telling me to chill and let Poles cook. Well, guess what? He ain't no chef. He not Curry. He ain't cooking shit. He not even Emeril Lagasse.
He's cooking.
No, he's cooked. He's cooked the squad. That's what he did. He cooked the team.
He's that woman that you finally go over her house and you like, damn, why are you single? And she gets in the kitchen and shows you why. That's Ryan Poles.
I wouldn't trust Ryan Poles to make a bowl of noodles in the microwave, let alone cook up a good roster. He been kicked out of the kitchen. Now that we hired Ben Johnson, we kicked him out of the kitchen. Now he's only good to go get the groceries. But that's still a problem. Problem is, bro don't know the difference between an onion and an apple. He don't know the difference between a lemon and a steak. We tell him to go get a goddamn porterhouse, and he come back with lemons, Q. Q, I got a question. Have you ever bought a used car?
Yes.
Second question. There's a lemon law in Illinois, right?
Yes.
2 yeses. Someone give me the number to the Better Business Bureau because I'm finna snitch on old Ryan. Bro is out here selling more lemons than any of them car lots on Western. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I talked about this earlier. Jonah Jackson was signed by LA to play left guard. Ryan traded for him, and now he's at right guard. Out of position. Whole damn line out of position. That's probably a reason why he's struggling so much. I don't know. Me hypothesizing. Me thinking out loud because no one can be this bad.
He might just be washed. The Lions gave up on him, and the Rams took him, and it was bad money. And they asked McVay about him, and McVay sounded just like a used car salesman. He said, "Yeah, we had him here. The Rams also tried to play in the center, and he got hurt. He got a little banged up. We love Jonah though. We absolutely love him. It's just that." We were gelling. We were on a playoff trajectory. We were playing good football. The line in jail. We didn't really need him. He's a good football player, though, and he'll do great in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Definitely sold up the lemon. Definitely McVay looked like that car salesman. When you pull up on that used car lot and the clean cut guy with the hair slicked back. Hey, how you doing? And he sells you on a car. That was McVay. You're right. That was a used car salesman, and Poles fell for it.
That lot right next to St. Rita, that McVay works there. They sell a number of lemons out of there. That one right there, right next to the speed camera. That one. You buy a car out of there, you'll be back in 3 months because that shit gonna down you. Like, all right. as soon as the warranty over, the car is gonna fall apart. Dude, you brought up this name. And I ain't heard his name since camp. Has anybody heard of Ozzie since he was taken out of the left tackle battle? Has anybody?
I haven't even seen him on the sideline.
Because he didn't dress. That's why. He didn't dress. You drafted a right tackle in the second round, and since he can't play left, hear me. You drafted a right, and since he can't play left, now he's not dressing. He's a healthy scratch. Second round pick, Q. That's the same thing that's going on with Kyra Amagachi. That's the same thing that's going on with Roshan. That's the same thing that's going on with Shamar Turner.
That's the entire draft class. Who from the last two draft classes are actually having an impact? I mean, Caleb and Rome, you kind of got to play them. They're top 10 picks, and you can play multiple receivers. You can only play one quarterback. But we see Luther Burden. He is an expensive kick returner right now. Colston Loveland is Mercedes Lewis, and who was the guy who dropped the long pass in Cleveland that played for the Packers and came over to us? Was only playing in certain situations a couple years ago.
I forgot his name, but
he was a good player for the Packers at one point. He's actually still in the league on somebody's practice squad, but he played all through the NFC North. I could see his face. I can't think of his name, but that's when you've turned Colston Loveland in. You've turned him into a very expensive situational player, and it's not even good situations. How many targets does he have through 8 quarters of football?
I think he only got one yesterday. Number 10 pick, 1 target yesterday, no catches. I think in Monday Night Football.
Did you watch Sunday Night Football?
I watched one half of it, and then I realized I know how this game is going to end. Atlanta's going to keep balling up JJ. And actually, they stopped sacking him in the second half. They just started taking the ball from him. So, I mean, same difference.
Well, Jalen was in there sacking him and harassing him. And I think, well, damn, we could use a guy setting the edge and getting after the quarterback, couldn't we? And the great thing about
Jalen Walker,
we made a video
about this in the offseason, heading him to the draft.
One of the things we were impressed with Jalen Walker is, and we could really use this, motor, but he was able to play in space as an off-ball linebacker, but was also able to rush the passer as a traditional edge. We thought that type of versatility chess piece, boy, would that be good to have. Because now we're down TJ. And Dio was just making $55 million and just, I mean, he got a sack in the opening week, but that wasn't against Darisaw. That was against the Vikings' backup left tackle, who got spanked by Pierce too. But yeah, you took Colston Loveland number 10, and I'm not giving up on Colston Loveland. I'm just saying he's not playing, and right now Jalen Walker is making an impact. That Falcons defense has played well 2 straight games.
Our defense hasn't played well yet, so I mean. Could use some more bodies. Luther, as you said, he got 2 catches on Sunday. We already know about Vilas. We already know about Tyler Scott. We used a damn 4th round pick on a punter, and I have yet to see why he was so hyped. Buddy don't get no airtime. He got boot, but the ball, I don't know if he knows this or not. I don't know if anybody's telling him or not. When you're a punter, the airtime matters. You got to put that ball up there to God. Let God send it back down. He just kicking it down the field like, hey, bro, that's not how the game is played.
Let God set him back down. I was going to make a Charlie Kirk joke. He offends, but
you know Kirk ain't up there. Let me tell you something, Q. If you use a 4th on a ball kicker, he better also play safety or some shit. And what's crazy is that he ain't the only punter that Ryan has drafted. How many drafts has Ryan Poles had with the Bears so far?
This is the 4th draft.
4th draft. 4 top 10 picks, right? I don't know how many 2nd round picks. I don't know. In 4 drafts, you don't need to draft punter but 1 time. He's drafted him twice.
Do you even need to draft punter? Do you even need to draft punter? I mean, a lot of teams got undrafted free agents as their punter. Is that really a need?
The guy that won the game for the Dallas Cowboys yesterday, he was doing my job. He was at the crib on the computer being a IT guy. Then he said, "You know what? Let me go kick the ball. I could probably go kick the ball." We use a 4th round picks on guys who kick.
That is egregious. That is laughable. And here's the biggest joke about it. If you use a 4th round pick on a guy that kicks the ball, God damn it, he should be the best kickballer that is in the league. Torrey Taylor is not on the short list of Pro Bowlers or All-Pro punters in this NFL.
Again, no airtime. I was trying to get this point up to you and Tiff last week when we was talking about that article from Taylor Dunn about Ryan Post. Buddy's not, he was never a scout. He just he gets players based on gut feelings. I like this guy, let's get him. Or I have a relationship with this guy, let's get him. This is the problem. He doesn't do the work. I don't care that, they drafted Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in that draft. The point that everybody was around him was trying to make it was like, yeah, you can still draft him, but maybe you should also do the stuff that scouts do. Maybe you should also put everybody else do the same battery of tests and then come to a conclusion. Do the thing that good football teams do when they're building rosters. And we just keep coming in year after year after year, constantly doing the things opposite of what good football teams do. I've been trying to chill on being so negative about this squad. Hey, Q, you know how I be dragging them. I be like, God damn, this is not going to work. Mitch is not that good, bro. Spending money on Nick Foles is a waste of time. Justin Fields, yeah, the kid's cool and all, but I don't know if y'all should be hyping him that hard. Everything that we be doing year in and year out, I just be like, I don't see it. And I want the team to stop proving me right. I want to be proved wrong. I don't like you said the fan base Q. I know Sox fans, all 36 of them. I know they love when football season start, because then, I think you need to run that census again. I know they love when football season start, because then and only then, they are no longer the team that's embarrassing the city the most. Thanks for nothing, Bears. You wasted another Sunday. It it was so much bad and ugly from this game, and we didn't even talk about the coaching decisions. We ain't talk that 4th and 1, that 3rd and 1, and that 4th and 1. First of all, does Caleb strike you as the type of quarterback that should be doing a quarterback sneak? How much do you think Caleb can squat? This ballpark number. Over under his body weight. He ain't Jalen Hurts. Right. So yeah, he's not Jalen Hurts who go out there and squat your truck. He ain't Josh Allen who look like a centaur. He's a regular human being. He's a regular human being. Caleb trained with Tom Brady, but I mean, Tom Brady is the greatest, QB sneak artist ever, right? Especially in that type of situation. The point, exactly. Point I'm making is that the decision to call that play anyway was terrible. The decision to double down on it and do it again was god awful. Now, how about this? Put Colson Loveland behind center. I mean, you're not using him to do anything else. Allegedly. This has been a pretty negative episode. Ben Johnson, his coaching play, his coaching decisions, Ryan Poles, his inability to put together a team that makes sense in any facet. The Bears just got their ass waxed all Sunday. But even saying all of that, I don't think they were that far off. I don't think it's the season's done. I don't think it's washed. I said this a lot last season. You lose games that you're supposed to win. That just means you got to mess around and go win some games you were supposed to lose. Have you seen what's going on in Cincinnati? Have you seen what's going on Have you seen what's going on in Dallas? I mean, there is a pathway back. I'm just saying that we got our own set of injuries. We got our own set of problems. Dallas got their own set of injuries, their own set of problems. Their center is done for the season. Joe, like you mentioned, Joe Burrow, he's probably cooked for the rest of the season as well. There's no reason to pack it up now. A lot of things happen any given Sunday. That was the point. Bear that.
Thanks for listening to this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. Don't matter if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And to all the guys from Chicago, we say three things. Bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.